today we have Chanel. I'm calling this Chanel Spring Summer because I really don't have a better name for it than that. I'm going to get into the actual details of the collection, but at least from what I'm hearing from my Chanel essay, this is not LeBlanc. This is not the LeBlanc collection. Now, I reserve the right to change that in case I hear from her that it is the LeBlanc collection, but she has told me specifically that it's not, and there's a reason for that. Again, I'll get into that into the video, so if you're interested in hearing more about that, I'll let you know. So I was at the beauty boutique the other day, and I spent a lot more money than I thought I was going to, which I guess it's a good and a bad thing. So let me first explain. First, there is a bunch of newness at the salon, and I wanted to let you know about it. And I'm going to go through this really quickly so you guys can see. And I'll make sure that you have the store number below so you can call them. Just tell them that Allfeisty sent you, and you can order all of these things. First of all, the Chance perfume, there's a new Chance. So if you want to check that out. Second of all, this is the new travel atomizer with the pearls on it. I have the one with the number 5 on it that has like just the gold chain. This has the pearls. This is the Mademoiselle Intense. And I have samples of the Mademoiselle Intense, Coco Mademoiselle Intense, so that I can try it out to see if it's worth me buying. I do like this one. It has more vanilla, but I'm trying to decide if I should get this pearl one. I will say though, these, I don't know how long these are gonna last, so just be aware of that. Then there are vanity bags. So this vanity bag, the red one, I know it's gonna be very popular for Valentine's Day. This one, I think it's like, it's under $2,000, but I think it's like $1,800 or something like that. Then there is the smaller one, which is like $1,100. Something in that range. They're both absolutely adorable, and because they're vanities, they're vanity bags and they're not handbags, that's why you have the much lower price point. These are pretty big, guys. Like, so you could absolutely, if you're a handy person, which I am not, you could attach O-rings to these and make these a handbag. In fact, Kylie Jenner did one with like the flat bag, which they are going to have the one that Kylie Jenner was wearing. If I can find the post about that, I'll put that picture up. Now this one is a vanity bag that zips open. You can see the top of it here. It is a little under $2,000, so it's like $1,800, you know, plus tax, blah, blah, blah. It has a chain that you can see right there, that you can hold. And literally, it's like you can hold it like a bag. Like, so it has a chain strap, like a wristlet, and it opens over the top like that. So you completely open it. So, and that one's $1,800. It is probably the cheapest Chanel bag that exists. So I'm going to guess those vanities go quickly. Sunglasses. They have, and I showed you the sunglasses that have like the weave on the side, which I still love. But they have these that are foldable sunglasses. And when you fold them up, you can see by this picture, there's the CC in the middle. They do have them in this red. They have them in black, and then I think there's another color. They also fold on the sides. And what you see there on the sides, they're crystals. They are crystals on the arm. When you look at the really like the little sides there, when they fold up, those are crystals. And then it all folds into itself. Which I was just like, oh my goodness, that would be awesome for travel because you can literally just fold it all up and put it in the bag. Okay. The Rouge Coco Lipsticks. They have been changed. They have been updated. I have 3 shades in front of me. Paris, Mademoiselle, and Edinburgh. I will swatch them for you today, but I want you to know the formula is different. It reminds me of the new Tom Ford. It is extremely good, which is why I bought 3 of them. It's really that good. And they are keeping the shades the same for 4 shades. Mademoiselle, Gabrielle, and 2 others that I can't remember right off the top of my head. But the other ones, the shades are changing. So if you have a Rouge Coco satin lipstick that you absolutely love the shade of, and it's not Mademoiselle or Gabrielle or the other 2 that I can't remember right now, check with your essay. They're changing. They don't exist anymore. So you're gonna wanna stock up on those. there is this case that you can get, which is like the case that came for the velvets. I think it's $15 with the purchase of a certain amount. I don't remember exactly right now, but I did buy it because I bought 3 of the lipsticks and I was just like, okay, it's like, you know, so it's $15 more. So anyway, that is the case. It's patent leather. It's got the little charm on it. It's adorable. You know, I'm a Chanel girl. What can I say? So I did get that and 3 of the lipsticks. Again, I'll show you those shades. In addition, Rouge Coco Blooms are being discontinued. So if you are a Rouge Coco Bloom person and you love a particular Rouge Coco Bloom, buy it now. It will be discontinued and they'll be gone. So I think they're going to sell through stock. I'm going to bet different stores will do things differently. So you decide, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they'll get rid of them or they'll sell through them. I'm going to assume they'll sell through them. Rouge Coco Bloom had more pigment than a Rouge Coco Flash. And of course, a Rouge Coco Balm is Balm Flash Bloom. I think it just didn't particularly sell well because a lot of people were confused with the Bloom versus the Flash, which I get. It did have more pigment to it, but they're going away. So again, go through your Bloom. If you have shades that you absolutely love in the Rouge Coco Blooms, I'll make sure there's a link down below so you can order. If you want to order from my links, you know there's an affiliate code. Usually, if there's no star, then it's not an affiliate link, but I do appreciate the support. But just so you can like go right to them and you'll know what I'm talking about, but you don't have to use my links if you don't want to. That's being discontinued. LeBlanc collection was always a smaller, limited collection. And back in my day, when I worked for Chanel, it wasn't available actually in the US. It was available in other markets. Then I'm not exactly sure what the transition was about how, because I wasn't working for them anymore. I don't know like how it became popular or what happened, but then it became sort of like, oh, it's always going to be in the United States. My understanding, and again, I wasn't allowed to have too much information, is that they are updating LeBlanc, put it that way. So that this is not the LeBlanc collection. This is the Camelia Futura. What was it? Camelia Futura collection. I keep calling it fantasy. Camelia Futura collection. So a fantasy, spring, sparkly, futurist type of look. And it's not LeBlanc. So keep that in mind when we go through this. And there is more. There's more. But that's all I can tell you right now. Okay, let's get down to it. So today is going to be my first look at all of these. Of course, I've been using them. But this won't be super in-depth. I will have more like I did with the spring collection, and I will be actually comparing some things to spring collection and other collections as I go through. But this is not going to be available technically fully until March in the United States. If you go into the boutiques though and you ask for it, you can, I think pretty much everywhere now, order it from the boutiques. Talking about boutiques. Anyone who's interested in doing a meetup here in Massachusetts, and the location will be actually in Chestnut Hill, Newton area of Massachusetts. If you're in the surrounding area, we can do a special event at the Chanel boutique with champagne and little gifts and one-on-one makeup artists with the collection and everything. I'm going to look to set it up sometime in beginning mid-March when this is actually, it's a little bit before it's launched, but I will need dedicated answers from everyone that they want to do it. So DM me directly and I'll put out things on Instagram and YouTube as well. Okay, so the collection. The collection is actually pretty large, and I looked at it online and I talked to all of you about it when I did my basically will I buy it, and I was kind of like, eh. And I was wrong. I was wrong. I looked at it and thought, I don't really like it. And this is why I do lament the loss of going out to look at things in person. I mean, I get the ease of ordering online, I totally get it. And I love the fact that I can, you know, in the middle of the night order something and it can be delivered to me. However, a lot of times you don't really get the impact or beauty or detail of something unless you can see it in person. And this collection definitely suffers from that, in my opinion. I looked at it online and I thought, you know, I'm not gonna like any of it. And I went in and I promised myself I would not buy the entire collection. So officially, technically, I did not buy the entire collection. However, I bought everything except for one nail polish. That tells you. Because I started playing with the products and I was like, oh, this is something I would actually use all the time. So here we go. This is the Iridescence Illuminating Fluid. Now, this I've talked about, and I said this was the thing that I was most excited about, and I'm still most excited about it. This is an absolutely amazing product. So this is what it looks like in this bottle. I'm going to show you comparisons to other years, but I'm also going to show it to you on my hand. That's what it looks like on my hand, like super thick. And then this is once it's rubbed in. It is stunning. And yes, I do have it on my face today. And hopefully I can put up the picture of me, you know, putting it on my face while I show you the others. The thing about the illuminating fluids is they are illuminating and gorgeous, but they do not age you. They do not settle into lines. They don't make you look older. This is the thing about Chanel that I have said before that I think Chanel is amazing at, right? This is Halo, by the way, is the name of this color. This is something that I've never seen any other brand be able to do as well. So there's only one other illuminating fluid that I have, and this is the one that I was talking about when I said it's not available online, and I was referring to the Rosy Light Drops. Anyway, it's Or Ivory, which is this one. And this, you can see just like immediately, is much golder. This new one is much pinker. If this wasn't a cream product, I would definitely have bought two of these. I would have bought two of these immediately because this is such a pretty, I might get another one anyway. Let's see how fast I get through it. The thing about these is these do go bad because they're literally liquids. And so, you know, it's, you gotta be careful with this. But anyway, this is so perfect. This is so beautiful for me. This is exactly what I was looking for. This one I love, but again, it's more golden. There are others like the Rosy Light Drops, which I've talked about. Now, this is the LeBlanc collection, by the way. This is LeBlanc. So this one is beautiful. And it's definitely got, you know, that pinky shade that this new one does, but it's even pinkier. This one is more almost like an opal, like that halo, because it's iridescent illuminating fluid. This one is LeBlanc, and it's, although very illuminating, it doesn't have the iridescence that this one does. But it's, the iridescence isn't so strong that it makes you look older, or it looks too shiny, or it looks sparkly, or it looks, you know, you can, it's under, it's the first thing I put on my face today. It's under the foundation, and I'm using the Chanel Le Beige Latent, so it's not a heavy coverage. You'd know if it was like sparkly or looked weird. You'd see it. Then I have another one, which is the little beiges, which is the Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid. Now, again, this is a little bit different, not exactly the same as these. Let me put it here so you can see it. But it's not supposed to be a iridescent. It's more just highlighting. Can you see the difference? See how this, see the iridescence in these two? Because those are the iridescence illuminating ones. And then like the Rosy Light Drops, still gorgeous. I love Rosy Light Drops, but it's more highlighting. These two are more iridescent. So the Fluid Illuminator, in my opinion, is a no-brainer. Like if you're like me and you like a glowy, I need a glowy iridescent highlighting product as a primer, you have to buy this product. Like it's the only one I've ever used in the liquid form that doesn't have any drawbacks if you have more mature skin. Now, Chantecaille has a similar product in the tubs. They have a gold one, a tan one, a bronze, and a pink one. I love those, and those are extremely good, but they don't have the iridescence that this has. So it is a little bit different, but those products are also excellent, but those are gel creams. This is a liquid. So I'm still standing by, like, as for a liquid, no one does it like Chanel. This is a fantastic product. I wish they would keep it permanent, but it's not. It's limited. It's a limited. I asked. It's limited. So to me, that's a must-have, and I might even buy. I might buy another one. I don't know. I like it that much. Then the Rouge Coco Flashes. I bought 2 of each. I want to explain why, because when you see these, you're going to be like, why? 272, which is Rosa, and 270, which is Peachy. Now, these are very simple products. I think the best way to show them is like this, the lightest part. They look like not much. This one is an iridescent lilac, and the other one is an iridescent like peach, but it has a green tint, which is interesting. Now, the reason I bought these, and I bought backups, is because, again, these are limited edition, but that's not why. When you use these, they look amazing on the eye, and they look amazing on the lip, and they look amazing on the face as like a cheek product. Because when you rub them out, they just become almost like this very light sparkle, but it's not like piecey or anything. It just like reflects the light in a way that is absolutely gorgeous. And they look amazing over a lip liner or over a lipstick, like amazing. So these are the types of products that you could just use time and time again over other things or by themselves if you want to. But they're the kind of things that you'll reach for time and time again because they go with everything. Now the Rosa, if you put it by itself, and I don't know if the camera picks up the iridescence in it, but it's a lilac iridescent. However, if you use a liner with it, let's grab Nude Brune, which I need to sharpen. You get the most gorgeous iridescent, like it is stunning. I don't even know if the camera can pick this up. It is beautiful. Like, I mean, stunning. And the gold that has like the green underneath it, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna like that, but it looks so good on. I was like, okay. So I bought 4 of them. I bought 2, and then I bought backups of them because I think they're things that I'm gonna use all the time just as a top. Like, I love the effect it gives. Love it. Now, there are 2 other Lacques. These are the long lasting. They're not liquid lipsticks. They are a long lasting brilliant lip. Okay, so it's not a liquid lip. If it was a liquid lip, I probably wouldn't buy it because liquid lips don't work on me. But the shades are so good that I was like, oh, these are shades that I would wear all the time. And this formula I actually really like. This is 97, which is the regular cream, long-lasting, shiny, vibrant lipstick, which is a great shade. Like a little bit of, it's not coral. It has almost like a terracotta, but cooler than that. And I'll be wearing these as we move forward. And the other one is really, really unique. This one is Avant-Gardiste, number 96. And this one is almost, not sheer, but it has like a glossy, can you see it has like an iridescent gloss to it that is really good on the lips. I almost got 2 of these and I was like, stop, you haven't even used one yet. It has a beautiful finish on the lips. It looks really good with this collection. So I think this is the one that's gonna go because this one is a beautiful shade and I'll use it a lot, but it's more like the regular ones, whereas this one is this really interesting glossy iridescent finish. Next is the Powder Blush Trio. This is the Camelia Futura. So this is actually what it's named, and this is the name of the blush. And I think this is the cornerstone for the collection, which I get. These aren't my favorite. They did these in bronzers, and they've done these in different products where they have the trio. And the idea of the trio is that you can use them separately, or when you blend them together, right, you get this mix of shades. And at first I was like, I don't like this because I don't like things separate in a small thing. I don't like them touching. That's my thing. I just don't like it. However, what I would say is that combining them, you get an actual really pretty color, which is what I have on my face. Now, I concentrated these two for like the contour, and I concentrated these two for the blush. And when you put them all together, just swirling it together, the brownish shade in here sort of counteracts the pinkiness of the rest of it. So for me, it creates this really beautiful shade that I happen to love. And the formula is really nice. It doesn't kick up. It doesn't, have a lot of powder flyaways. It's smooth. It went on beautifully. It sinks into the skin. It looks great. It's 0.30 ounces. Of course, the Camelia embossing is gorgeous, but again, guys, that's going to disappear. It has 18-month shelf life, so it has more of a shelf life, so you can use it. It does have the let me see if I can pronounce this. Fluoroflygopite. It has silica. It has a bunch of other things. I don't know what they are. It's not as shiny as some others that have the Fluoroflygopite. It is less shiny than that. There is perfume in here, fragrance in here. There is zinc chloride in here. And I'm sure there's other things that you guys want to know. I will put this up so you can screenshot it. But what I would say is the synthetic, the product that's basically, replacing zinc, replacing talc, I don't find this one to be the same shiny mess that I've seen with other products that have used that. So I was very happy to see that. Now, there's also the Stylo Contours, which I made the comment that these are not my favorite products and they're a little too light and they probably wouldn't show up anyway. And then I tried them. And as you can see, they all show up just fine. In fact, they're quite deep. And yeah. So the shade I think I'm going to use most often is the Taupe Fume. The Taupe Fume is very similar, a similar type of thing to the matte taupe that exists in the waterproof liner, or used to exist in the waterproof liner, doesn't exist anymore. We'll do more comparisons to what that looks like next to that one in a future video. But the point is, it's a really good shade. I think a lot of people are going to be able to use it because it's basically a matte taupe shade. If you look at the other stylos that I own, I have a Contour Clair, Contour Maroon, which has a little bit more purple, Electric Brown. I have Contour Graphite, which has more gray, Beige Pearl, Contour Beige, Contour Khaki, which again has more green. And then I have colorful ones, which are Ataya, which has more of that like orange, the Burgundy Pearl, the Nuage Blue, which is that beautiful shimmery blue, Dreamleaf, which is the shimmery green. We have Neon Dahlia, which is the purple, and Celestial Pink, which is, of course, the pink. The shades that I think, like I said, the taupe will be like some of those brown shades. I'll have a comparison video or swatches on Instagram. I don't want to make this video too long. It's going to be long as it is. The Vert Titanium, I think, is similar to the Menthe shade that I have in the single shade. So I will show you that one that came out for spring, summer. And then the Pêche Poudre is this really gorgeous like terracotta, which I think will look like peachy shade, which will look great all over the eye. But my favorite one is this Mauve Chrome, which although mauve, you can see it in the swatch, it actually has more of this gray chromey shade. Yes, it's purple, but it's this grayish purple that if I were to buy another one, and I'm not saying I'm going to, but I'm thinking about it, I would buy that one. I'd buy a backup of that one because I think that one is going to sell out. These are limited edition, but again, that shade, in my opinion, is special. I think this one is like all over the eye, would be amazing. So we'll see. We'll see what sells out. But I think that's going to be, the thing. Again, more videos are coming, guys. This is the Camelias. This is Utopia. This is the eyeshadow palette. And again, you can see the close-ups of these. I have not swatched them yet. I'm going to swatch them here for you now. I'm going to ruin the embossing. Here we go. So if you're somebody who buys these, you know, to collect because you like the embossings, and you have, say, the Camelia highlighter, never touched, because you bought more than one of them, and you want to put this with it, you can, of course, buy two of these. I thought this was much prettier than I originally thought when I saw it online. However, this is not one that I would buy two of because this is a particular look. This is something that I would say looks like LeBlanc. It is a very light, very cool leaning quad. I have things that look like this in my collection. I don't think that it is super unique in its shades, but I do think that these sparkle shades, very similar to the lipsticks, impart a sparkly, shiny look without making mature eyes look mature, okay? If that makes any sense. So I do like the formula of these. I am impressed with the way that they've done them. And I think people will be happy with how this looks if you like a very soft, romantic look. So if I take the gray shade, which I think is a satin, I think none of these are mattes, but this is the deepest shade, okay? So just be aware, this is the deepest shade in the quad. So if you're looking for a very impactful, dramatic look, this is not the quad for you. However, I, being somebody who usually likes something that has a little bit more to it, I actually loved this. And I was very surprised. So again, you know, this is one of the reasons I do like to go in when I buy these things, because if I'm going to spend my money, I want to be able to see it, which is one of the reasons I guess you guys come here, right? You want to be able to see it because the pictures, the online pictures, in my opinion, just don't do this justice. It's one of those things that it's not going to look particularly spectacular in a print ad because it is soft, because it does have this romantic kind of nature to it. It looks nice, but it also looks like you go to use it in real life. It actually is just a really beautiful, soft look. And the formula in this is, although soft, it is buildable. You can make it more impactful if you choose to, especially if you decide to pat it on. And that's a technique. I'm going to be doing a video about that soon. But if you pat like this, you're going to get more of a look than if you sweep. But if you want a softer look, you know, go back and forth. But the shades are buildable. It is supposed to be, though, remember, this very romantic, springy, shimmery, ethereal look, but a little futuristic. And I have to say, they've been doing that with all the collections that have come out with these springy green, pink, purples, and they've continued that even, you know, from collection to collection. So although each collection sort of builds on the one before, you'll find that you can actually use the collections and intermingle the collections really well, which, you know, not everybody likes to do, but I do think it's an interesting choice by Chanel. We'll see what's, you know, coming, given that Blazy will be taking over as creative director. I mean, it's not, you know, let's face it, they do a lot to work with the collections that are coming out for the runway. So, all right, so that was this shade in the crease, the shade on the eye. Now we're going to take this very pink sparkly shade, Sparkles, and I might end up using my finger, but we'll see. It just imparts, it's kind of like some of the Sukus that I've used. If you've watched me use Suku, it's iridescent. And I wouldn't say that it has by itself, kind of like the flashes, the Coco flashes. It's not necessarily impressive by itself, but when you're adding it to a look, it really does change the feel of what you're putting on your eye. Like it literally looks like an iridescent butterfly wing. Now I'm going to take the white shade, which isn't really white, it's really opalescent. Now there's another collection that has a similar look to this, which I'm going to review very soon. In fact, I was going to do it for this video, but then I was able to get this collection, so this is coming first. But there's another collection that has a similar vibe to this. So I don't know if, you know, people got together and decided this is the look, or this is just what we're now seeing, but it is very interesting. Okay. You can see how light, ethereal, shimmery, shiny. It's this beautiful, very soft, but impactful in its own way kind of look. This is not, like I said, this is not gonna be for everybody, but some people that like it's almost, in my opinion, it's like this sort of romantic kind of thing, but it's not sparkly in a sparkly kind of way. It's sparkly in a soft way, which, like I said, there's another collection that looks similar to this that that I will review soon. I've been using it. I just I've had so many products to talk about. I haven't done that one. So I'm gonna take the deepest shade and just line my eyes. And this shade is, like I said, it's like a grayish purple, as you saw on the swatch. And I'm just doing the lower lash line. And then I'm just gonna go on the outer really quickly. And I'm gonna take the new shade in the Mauve Chrome. I'm gonna put on the new mascara. This is the one from Lancome that I'm trying out. I did something on Instagram about it. This is the Flutter Extension Mascara, which they did send to me. And I'll be right back. I think this is the perfect type of mascara for this look. A very fluttery, a very light mascara look. Lengthening, not particularly volumizing. I think this entire look is that, like I said, soft, romantic, ethereal, butterfly wing kind of look. I think if you did a super heavy mascara, it might overwhelm the look. So overall, for what I'm calling the spring summer collection, I actually think this is beautiful. I am surprised that I'm saying that. I don't think it's super pigmented. I don't think it's super impactful. I don't think it's like the most unique thing I've ever seen, but the formulas are excellent. It looks really good on the skin. The Fluid Illuminator is a must-have. The Trio Blush, I actually really like, which is shocking. The lip flashes are amazing if you like a very iridescent lip, but it's so soft and it doesn't settle in the lines. It just looks really good. The eyeshadow, I would say, is my least favorite, possibly, of the collection, but it's a really beautiful quad. It's just very soft and ethereal, and if you don't like that, it's like fairy wings. If you don't like it, then I totally understand. The stylos are beautiful shades, and two of them are like matte satins that are really impactful. Again, if you don't like the shades, I get that, but they're really well done. And the other two are unique, and I like that green to go with the menthe So I'm gonna definitely try that. The nail polishes, the pink is really beautiful if you're somebody who likes a pink nail polish. I said I don't wear nail polish because I have my nails done in a dip, which is absolutely true. However, the other shade is this beautiful iridescent gray purple shade that I thought would be perfect for a pedicure. And that one is shade Utopiste, like Utopia, but Utopiste, which is just stunning. It's gorgeous. It's an iridescent gray silver shade, so absolutely love that. The Rouge Coco Lipsticks. Like I said, these are not the spring summer collection. They've changed the entire lipsticks, so they're completely different now. Most of the shades will be different. So if there's a special shade that you like, go pick them up now. Really quickly, I'm going to swatch these for you. This is 112 Paris, which is this gorgeous, warm terracotta brown. This is 104 Mademoiselle, which my understanding, we weren't absolutely sure which ones were staying the same. We think it's the same as Mademoiselle before. The formula is different, but the shade should be the same. One of my favorite shades from Chanel. And then the last one is 134 Edinburgh, which is a cool toned, which I was like, ooh, I have to have that. I was just gonna get two, but which looks a lot like the Tom Ford shade. So I'm gonna do some comparisons to that one. West Coast looks really similar. So again, the new formula is fantastic, opaque, pigmented, shiny, doesn't seem to settle into, I mean, it looks really good, guys. So I'm impressed, but again, there'll be more videos to come. This is a first look, first encapsulation to give you an idea of the collection. It doesn't really even launch until March, so you have plenty of time. And I will be doing lots of comparisons, lots more videos incorporating these things with old things. Let me know what you want to see compared. Appreciate it. Do not forget about the Boston meetup at the Chanel. We'll do a special event if you're in the area. Let me know if you're interested. And really quickly, memberships are, I am going to be doing memberships here on YouTube. I've been polling and asking folks soon. So when those memberships go up, when they go live, I'll let you know. Everyone who's watching now, certainly don't have to be a member. Nothing will change for any of you that don't become members. Membership is a way to provide extra support to my channel if you want to. Any money that goes towards the memberships will go back into buying these products, lighting, you know, mics, all that stuff for the channel. That's where all that funding goes. Don't worry, it's not going to anywhere else. And you will get additional things. There are going to be additional benefits to becoming members, but nothing will change for any of you that have been watching and supporting, and I greatly appreciate that. So I don't want you to think of it as like you'll be excluded from anything. It's just going to offer extra things for people who want to do it. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.